Calling the meeting to order.
So good evening, everybody, and welcome. This is Mayor Camilla Jamie, who is our Temple Terrace mayor for a day. She has called the meeting to order. First order of business is approval of the minutes from the previous meetings. Is there a motion to approve the previous?
So moved.
Motion and a second.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there discussion on the motion? If not, all those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No nays. The minutes are approved. Mayor?
The Business Relations Manager will present a status update on the city's redevelopment of area.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor and Mayor and everyone else. It's great to see you tonight. Great to be here with you this evening. I am going to give you an abbreviated update this evening for the sake of time. If we could please bring up the slides. First, a quick review of the CRA taxable increment values. The base value, which was set back in 2004, is $62,978,340. The fiscal year 2022 taxable increment value is $58,163,810. And of course, that is definitely a moving target with the current values of real estate that is in our community. The next snapshot is a quick look at our revenue budget. And these monies have been collected. We have Hillsborough County contributing to our TIF at $316,665. We have the Tampa Port Authority contributing $5,167. You'll see there a slight adjustment down of $304. That is due to a very minor millage rate adjustment from the Tampa Port Authority. Previously, they were at 0.1050 mils, and last year it was adjusted to 0.0935 mils. After that, you see the city revenue transfers of $362,201 for a total revenue coming into the TIF at $684,033. We're still currently tracking these projects, the fountain shops at Temple Terrace, the Waverly Terrace Luxury Apartments, the ENIGMA Plaza, SALEM'S Fresh Eats, SILVIO Palms, and Overlook Oaks. Quick review of the fountain shops project. You'll recall that that is a commercial retail project that sits on 2.5 acres in the southeast quadrant, located south of Bullard Parkway and east of 56th Street. The developer for this project is the Paragon Property Group. Currently, we have 4 commercial structures on site that front along North 56th Street. And we have Chase Bank, AT&T, and Starbucks currently open within those buildings. Opening soon, and when I say soon, I actually walked all of these businesses just the other day and spoke to various staff related either to the business or to the build-out crew. All of these other businesses are slated to be completed within the next 45 to 60 days. So we're looking at hopefully our worst-case scenario, barring any other slowdowns in sourcing materials, we're looking at having the plaza opened up within the next 2 months, completely opened up for those first 4 structures. As you may recall, they are 100% occupied. The 5th structure is still in the planning stage, and that structure is planned for dental office, and it fronts along Bullard Parkway directly across from the CVS. The Fountain Shops has an estimated assessed value. As it currently sits, that is 4 buildings, not 5 buildings, but as it currently sits at just under $3 million with an estimated total ad valorem of $55,000 and an estimated city ad valorem at $19,000. Here you see the Chase Bank. The far right image is actually the northernmost building. Then coming down south of that, you have the second building, you have AT&T, you have the Hand and Stone Spa, and you have Abbott's Frozen Custard. And then just south of that, you have the Rocking Crab Seafood and Bar Restaurant. It occupies the entirety of that building. And then next to the south, you have the furthest building to the south in that project with Jersey Mike's Sub Shop and Starbucks Coffee occupying the remaining building. Next up, we have the Waverly Terrace Luxury Apartments located on 4.85 acres south of Bullard Parkway and east of Bertha Palmer Boulevard. This project, the developer here is the Richmond Group of Florida. It involves 200 residential units, a clubhouse, and a pool. The estimated assessed value for this project when complete is $24 million with an estimated total ad valorem of approximately $445,000 and an estimated municipal ad valorem of approximately $157,000. The North Building CO has been issued. The clubhouse is pending CO. In fact, it may have been issued today. I haven't actually confirmed that. I know it was due to go out any moment. And then we have the maintenance building, which has been wrapped up and pending CO. And then the south residential building should be wrapped up by the end of next month.
When will people occupy this building?
The first resident moved in yesterday. Of the north building, of course. So here's a quick snapshot also. The graphic to the left indicates the current rent rates for 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and 3-bedroom units. If you haven't had a chance to go down there, I would encourage anyone that hasn't visited the property to do so. It is absolutely beautiful. The pool, the clubhouse, the units are immaculate. Next up, we have the ENIGMA PLAZA. ENIGMA PLAZA sits on 2 acres in the southeast quadrant, just south of Chicago Avenue and east of 56th Street. It is a redevelopment of an existing structure at 8633 North 56th Street into 34,000 square feet of retail and dining space. The estimated assessed value when complete is a little under $4.4 million. With an estimated ad valorem, total ad valorem of $81,000 and estimated city ad valorem of $29,000. This shot, they're working on the exterior remodel and also they're having to rebuild the entire roof structure, and that's the work that's currently going on that site. Next up, we have the SALEM'S quick service restaurant located on a half an acre in front of 5400 East Bush Boulevard. This shot shows the exterior, the parking lot, and the landscaping have been completed. The interior build-out is still being finished out, and they hope to be open within the next 3 to 4 weeks. Estimated value, assessed value when complete, slightly greater than $1 million. And yielding a total ad valorem of about $19,000 with a city ad valorem of just under $7,000. Here's the first of 2 residential projects that we're currently tracking. Habitat for Humanity of Hillsborough County is currently building on 2.4 acres in the northwest quadrant, located north of Temple Heights Road, slightly west of Overlook Drive. This project involves 12 single-family homes with centrally located community park. They're currently working on the first 8 homes. They have identified and are prepared to place families in all 12 homes. The remaining 4 homes are currently going through the approval process and permitting. You may recall this is a review slide from previously. The average lot size here is a little under 4,600 square feet with an average home size of 1,750 square feet. This project, all 12 homes combined, will yield an assessed value of approximately $2.65 million, which results in a total ad valorem of approximately $49,000 and a city ad valorem of $17,000. Next up is the second residential project, also by Habitat for Humanity of Hillsborough County. This project is on 0.61 acre a .61 acre parcel in the northwest quadrant on Overlook Drive, north of Bush Boulevard. The project involves 4 single-family homes with a shared common space to the rear of the properties. The average lot size here is slightly larger at just under 5,200 square feet, and the home size is also slightly larger with an average square feet of 1,800. The estimated assessed value of these 4 homes when complete is slightly more than $922,000, with an estimated total ad valorem of approximately $17,000 and city ad valorem of approximately $6,000. And closing out on our CRA update, we still have the 3 remaining parcels, that 8901 North 56th Street, 8447 North 56th Street, and 205 South River Hills adjacent to the river. We have those parcels targeted for a workshop coming up next week, the 25th at 3 p.m. for those that would like to observe the discussions of council as we discuss the services of our new broker, Florida ROI. And just a couple items that are not in the slideshow. The B Street improvements are well underway, almost complete, and the landscape improvements are currently underway in the area. That involves both plantings, replacements, and new irrigation. So that work is currently going on underway. And with that, I would be happy to stand for any questions council may have.
Madam Mayor, I say I told you math was important.
What efforts are being made to attract kid-friendly businesses to the city's redevelopment area?
That's a great question. Thank you, Mayor. We currently have, I think, most kids. I'll stop short of all kids, but I know most kids truly enjoy good ice cream. And we have an excellent frozen custard shop that's going into our Fountain Shops Plaza that I think is going to be a tremendous opportunity for the children of the community to come out and enjoy some good old-fashioned frozen custard with their family.
So, Mayor, what kind of businesses do you think people of your age would like to see down there?
I think the ice cream is good.
Anything else?
Maybe some clothing stores for kids.
Excellent. Thank you.
You should ask the council members if they have questions.
Do any council members have questions?
I do.
Vice Mayor Schisler.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Mr. Mayor, quick, I do have a question for you. The differential on the CRA value from 2004 to 2022, I'm sure we've seen it before, but the number just struck me. Why the big differential? Or is this developed property?
That's developed property.
Okay, so-
That's the difference. Moving
Okay.
forward, that's your TIF increment building
Okay,
year
so
after
as-
year after
as-
year.
As the other 3 properties sell and they'll kick in.
Absolutely.
I didn't do the math on that. Okay.
Yeah, they will not only kick in, but as the current projects come full circle and roll onto the tax rolls, those will also kick in.
So what do we think would be the end result? Any projections?
Don't have those numbers for you right now. That's something that I'm currently kind of on,
Okay.
in my sandbox I'm currently working on.
Okay, it's a sandbox number. It's not something
Yeah.
you can write down that you want to be held to.
I have reviewed the numbers, and again, right now, the real estate market, especially the commercial real estate market, is truly a moving target, and it is still trending very high. I'm looking forward to next year's numbers showing that we have completely doubled that original value.
Okay.
The original value being 62 million, the current value being 58 million. I'm looking forward to increasing it to the point to where we're able to go above that 62 million mark.
You 1 in front of all 3 numbers, or what?
And there very well might be.
Follow-up question to that is, these are ad valorem tax estimates. What about tangible property tax?
I don't have those numbers. I would have to get with our, I would have,
That's gravy on top. That's icing on the cake. If I'd just be curious if Lynn's had a chance to to try and scratch out any number like that?
There, I know that those numbers do exist, I just don't have them in front of you, or in
Okay.
front of me right now.
Okay.
They are part of a report that I did a few months back.
Okay, just curious.
But
Just curious.
those numbers do exist, and I can certainly follow
I'm
up.
glad the COs were issued for the north building and the clubhouse. That's great number. That's great information. Thank you,
Thank you.
and I'm done.
Mayor,
Greg, if there's an opportunity to get some of those forecasts before our meeting with the new real estate agent, that would be beneficial, because I hope to engage in some discussion at that meeting with the council members and our agent and the city manager about the property on the river.
Absolutely.
And I hope to have some robust discussion about that and what our financing plan and debt service predictions are, to see whether, because I know that there are those in the community, there are those on council who question whether we should pull that property off the market. And I'd like to try to set that to rest, maybe at that meeting if we can, to make some decisions after that. I don't want to keep this property on the market if we really don't want to sell it. We're just, we need to make a decision and commit to selling it or commit to not selling it, one way or the other.
Absolutely, I completely understand it, and I can start on that right away. I've actually put some projections together. There are other pieces and other elements of that I'm still waiting on some deliverables to come back to me.
Okay.
But that is something that I can dig into, and I can almost assure you to have all of those answers prior to next week's meeting.
Dr. Spina?
yeah, we are working on some of the projections of oncoming projects or incoming projects, so we'll have that for you all next week.
Okay.
And we have gathered some information on some other numbers that you had requested earlier.
Yes.
But I also would like to ask Greg a question.
Sure.
You talked about ad valorem and then city values. The ad valorem includes school board?
Yes, sir.
All right, so, but the city will get some of that total ad valorem from Hillsborough County as well, correct?
Yes, sir, exactly. The total ad valorem on most of those parcels comes in 18.5 mils across the board, where the city's millage rate is set at 6.555. So that's why you can kind of see the difference in those numbers. Now, please remember that the total number includes the 6.555. So the 6.555 is a subset of the bigger number.
Thank you.
Mr. Chambers, you're recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. You mentioned that the first resident moved into Waverly Terrace luxury apartments, I guess yesterday or Monday?
I believe it was yesterday.
Yesterday. Do you have any idea what percentage of the north building has been leased?
I do not. I made contact. I've been dealing with the corporate people, and just today, I was able to make contact with the on-site local manager. Her name is Casey Baker, and I mentioned to her that I would like to come and do a face-to-face. We had a virtual meeting today, but I would like to do a face-to-face, and when I do that, I can get you some better numbers.
Okay, thank you. And I would hope that there's going to be some big announcement to that, because that's pretty big for us.
I actually did ask both the corporate representative as well as the local representative about that. They know that we are seeking that information, but they don't have anything calendared as of today.
Okay, because we get asked all the time, when are people moving in, and this is big, so thank
Yeah,
you.
she was very excited to share with me that their first move-in was yesterday.
Okay, great, and that's all I have, thank you.
Do any other council members have questions?
I know I should have this memorized at this point. The property immediately north of Doral Oaks, I noticed that is for sale. Is that part of the CRA, or is that just next to the CRA?
Are we talking about on the north side of,
It's on the south side of Bullard.
oh, I know which piece. Yes, to answer your question, yes, that is part of the CRA.
Okay, do we have any idea what that is? What is that slated to be? What's the
I don't have the
designation?
details on that, but I can certainly follow up.
The reason I'm asking that is that across the river, I know I brought this to your attention one day because I was surprised, across the river, which is not part of Temple Terrace nor the CRA, but could have an effect on us as we make decisions down the road. There was a sign that indicated that there was going to be multifamily housing there. And were you able to find out anything about that and perhaps find out if we could find out that information, as we're making our decisions?
Yes, and you are correct. It is a mixed-use property with both commercial and multifamily residential. I don't recall off the top of my head how many units. It's not a very large
Right.
project, but it is slated as a mixed use. And I did research that, and forgive me, I thought I had responded to that, but
Okay.
if I hadn't, I can certainly follow up there as well.
Okay. My point was, something goes up next door to us, and we don't know what it is, and then we make a decision to put up either the same thing or something that would really add to traffic. And so I reached out to Greg to ask him to please, kind of keep his eye on the neighbors, if you will,
I call those the boundary area.
the boundary neighbors. Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Pauly.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions?
I'm good.
There are no other questions. Mr. Pauly, anything further?
No, sir, thank you.
Dr. Spina? No, sir. City Attorney?
Bang the gavel and say we're adjourned.
We'll return.
All right,
Thank you.
good job.